Once upon a time, there lived an emperor who really loved clothes. He would strut around his palace in different outfits day and night. There were mirrors in every room so he could admire his reflection as he passed by. The emperor had outfits for the morning and different outfits for the afternoon, and extra special outfits for the evening made from the most expensive cloth and sewn with pure gold thread. In fact, the emperor had so many clothes that he often didn't know what to wear. One day, two wicked men called at the palace. They knew all about the emperor's love of clothes. "Your Highness, we are weavers," they said, "but we can do something that no weavers can do. We can make a magic cloth. This cloth is very special because only very clever people can see it." The emperor was impressed. "I would like you to make me a suit from this magic cloth," he said. "Of course, Your Highness, it would be an honor," said the first weaver. "Sire, we will need lots of gold thread," said the second weaver. "You shall have all the gold thread you need," replied the emperor. He turned to one of his servants. "Please show these fine gentlemen to the royal storeroom." The two men had never seen so much gold thread. Laughing and clapping their hands with glee, they filled their bags and left the palace. A few days later, the emperor called for one of his ministers. "Go and find out how the weavers are getting on," he ordered impatiently. "I need something to wear." The minister went off to the weaver's workshop. There, he found the two weavers sitting in front of a loom, busy at work. The minister rubbed his eyes. He couldn't see any cloth on the loom. "That's strange," he thought. Not wanting to appear foolish, he smiled at the weavers. "The cloth is looking wonderful. When will the emperor's suit be ready?" he asked. "Soon, soon," replied the first weaver. "But we will need more gold thread to complete the suit," said the second weaver. The minister hurried back to the emperor. As soon as he had gone, the weavers roared with laughter. "Oh, this is priceless. What a foolish man!" Back at the palace, the minister bowed before the emperor. Not wishing to be called a fool, he said, "Sire, I have never seen a cloth more beautiful. The weavers need more gold thread to finish your suit." "Well, send more over then," replied the emperor. For a whole week, the weavers pretended to cut and sew the magic cloth to make the new suit. At last, they returned to the palace, proudly pretending to carry the cloth. The emperor was very excited and handed the weavers a bag of gold coins to pay for the outfit. He took off his clothes and the weavers fussed around him, pretending to smooth and adjust the suit. "It fits you perfectly," they cried. The emperor looked in the mirror. He couldn't see any clothes, but not wanting to appear foolish, he said, "It's wonderful." As soon as the two men had left the palace, they doubled over with laughter. Their cunning plan had worked. News of the emperor's suit quickly spread throughout the kingdom. Everyone was sure they would be able to see the magic cloth. "Yes, sire, truly splendid," agreed the emperor's ministers. No matter how hard he looked, the emperor still could not see any clothes. "I can't be more of a fool than my ministers," he thought, "and they can all see the suit. so he smiled at the weavers and thanked them once again. The vain emperor sent out a royal announcement. He would lead a grand procession through the city wearing his new suit. When the great day arrived, the emperor sent for the two weavers to help him get dressed. "Ah, Your Highness, you do look wonderful," they cried. People had gathered in the streets to catch a glimpse of the emperor as the procession passed by. Finally, the emperor appeared riding on a fine white horse. Nervous whispers rippled through the crowd. No one wanted to appear foolish, so at last a timid voice called out, "The emperor's new clothes are magnificent." Suddenly, everyone started talking and shouting at once. How stylish, smart, and fashionable. The emperor smiled as he trotted along, feeling very pleased with himself. Then, a small boy and his sister pushed to the front of the crowd. They started to point and giggle. "Look," they cried, "the emperor has no clothes on." Suddenly, everyone knew that it was true. Before long, the laughter had spread through the crowd. The emperor turned bright red. "What a fool I am," he gasped. "How could I have been so silly and vain?" He looked around for the two weavers, but of course they were nowhere to be seen. Filled with shame, the emperor made his way back to the palace to get dressed. "I will never be so vain about my clothes again," said the emperor to his minister. He was true to his word, and he was a much happier emperor from that day on. The end.